Okay, boys and girls, we're going to now work on a drawing that's going to be half a sun and half a moon. And we're going to use some of the ideas that we have seen in Picasso's works. Now, the first thing you're going to need is a sheet of paper. Just regular printer paper is fine. And you're going to need a pencil. That's all you're going to need for today's lesson. We will add more materials next lesson, but let's just stick with a paper and a pencil and make sure you have an eraser. You could have a separate eraser like we sometimes do in the art room, or you can use the eraser on the end of your pencil. Now I want you to take your paper and I want you to fold it in what we often call or refer to as the hamburger sides. You're going to have the wider, shorter paper, and you're just going to fold it in half like that. Okay? Now you're going to open it up, and you're going to notice there's a nice, neat fold line. See if you can find something simple, a circle in your room, and you can pause the video here if you need to. I'm using a plate. And I want to use this plate to get a circle on my paper. So I know if I put a line just a little bit here and a little bit here, I can see where the center of my paper is because there is the fold line. I'm going to put my plate right over that fold line. And I'm going to just lightly trace around that circle with my pencil. Again, if you need some time to go find a circle that you can trace, go ahead and pause the video, go find it and come back. I'm gonna pick up that plate now. So now you can see I have a nice big circle, and one half, as I said, will be devoted to a sun and the other half to a moon. Now I'm thinking of a crescent moon, and if you know a crescent moon, it's sort of a half circle like that. And then it has a little bit of a skinny echo that makes it sort of like a wedge shape. So that's the shape that we're going to be trying for on this half of our picture. I'm going to use that plate again to help me a little bit. I'm going to put it slightly over that fold line. I'm not trying to trace the whole circle again. And I'm going to start at the top where that vertical line is there. And I'm just going to start sketching out lightly, heading towards the edge of my plate. I think I might bring it out just a little bit more. Sketch it out. See, I'm going to erase mine. I think I'm going to give myself a little more room. There we go. Sketch it out towards my plate. Very lightly trace around the edge of the plate. But when I get down here, I want to make sure I just hand sketch it down to the point. So when I pick it up, I have kind of a wedge shape for my wedge half of the moon. The rest will be the sun. Now, you know, in Picasso's faces, as we've been talking about, he often includes a nose in profile. So that's what we're going to do right here. That's a nose that points sideways, like we saw in some of his portraits. And I'm going to go ahead and erase that line. And then we're going to want just a little bit of a nose piece on that side. So we're just going to put a little curve. Now we're going to add an eye in profile, and that'll be above the nose. So we're going to put a little curve here and a V shape. And that's going to be the eye for our moon. Let's put a little ellipse in there. Now over here, we're going to have another eye, but it's going to be that almond. We're going to do an almond shape. So we're going to do an arch above, an arch below, and a big circle in the middle. So now you have 1, 2 eyes. Don't forget a little line for the eyebrow, a little line for the eyebrow. Now we're going to get that mouth. Now the mouth is going to stretch a little bit. So we're going to kind of put a line here to show us how the mouth is going to stretch. And we're going to start putting the mouth on with the upper lip and now the lower lip. And we have sort of a smiling moon and face shape. Now I'm going to put just a little circle over on this side to indicate sort of a cheek on my sun. Now I don't need this crescent up here anymore, so I'm going to get rid of that. That was just to show you the idea of a crescent moon. I'm going to, though, add some rays. They're going to go off the page for my sun. So these rays are like those little flames coming out of the side of my sun. And they're going to reach out all the way to the paper edge. And I'm going to just put some spaces between them. And then I'm going to add just a line. Now, you don't have to do this. You may just want to keep them like big giant petals, flaming petals, if you will, on your sun side, but you can add the line. That'll be important later when we add color next class. On the other side for the moon, we're not going to have rays, but we're going to have some waves, like maybe wind blowing near the moon in outer space. And I'm just going to draw some little wave lines in here. And I'm going to come back and use little triangles to make some star shapes. So I have one star. Here's a couple more triangles to make my star shapes to remind people that this is the moon side versus the sun side. Another triangle. So a star is really made up of these little triangle pointed shapes. So that might help you if you're struggling to draw some simple stars. You could also do a different kind of pattern if you want on your side with the moon. This is just what I chose to do for my side of the moon. Now we're going to stop here. I don't want you to go any further because we're going to talk more about our sun-moon picture next class and get into greater detail. Okay? Great job. I'm looking forward to seeing your drawings. Make sure you take a picture of it, send it to me, and check off the items on the criteria sheet after watching this video and making your own drawing. Bye-bye.